Vivek Ramaswamy demolishes the Washington Post, which is owned by Jeff Bezos. So it's great to destroy that goon who runs Amazon. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel. This is where the happy patriots hang out all the way to 2024. But here's a cool piece of Vivek playing piano I didn't know existed. Yeah, he's amazing, and he should have come out with that earlier. By the way, it is his piano teacher that first taught him, gave him a book on Ronald Reagan, and started his path to conservatism, Vivek claims. But here he is destroying the Washington Post after asking him to specifically condemn racism or white supremacism or whatever it is they always say, which is a bait. Now watch Vivek. He's a master here.
I'm not going to recite some catechism for you. I'm against vicious racial discrimination in this country. So I'm not pledging allegiance to your new religion of modern wokeism, which actually fits the test. I'm not going to bend the knee to your religion. I'm sorry. I'm not asking you to bend the knee to mine, and I'm not going to bend the knee to yours. But do I condemn vicious racial discrimination? Yes, I do.
He accuses them of being a religion, the press of being a woke religion. And then he does go ahead and condemn, yeah, of course, vicious racism. I condemn it. Of course, who wouldn't?
Am I going to play your silly game of gotcha? No, I'm not. And frankly, this is why people have lost trust. And I know you're going to go print the headline tomorrow. I already know this. We already know how your game works. Vivek Ramaswamy refuses to condemn white supremacy because you asked a stupid question.
This is great that he calls it out. It's great that he is torturing. This reminds me of Carrie Lake, by the way, who went after the media and just started punching them in the face. Correctly so.
The reality is, I condemn vicious racial discrimination in this country, but the kind of vicious and systematic racial discrimination we see today is discrimination on the basis of race in a very different direction. You want to know what the best way is to end discrimination on the basis of race? Stop discriminating on the basis of race.
He's saying the way that you end it is you end it, which is correct. And that is what Martin Luther King preached, was content of character, not color of skin. He'll go into this too on the amount of melanin in your skin.
Do that and we're going to move this country forward. And I don't care whether you're black or white or brown or anything in between. That's how we're going to unite this country. You people have been responsible for dividing this country to a breaking point, creating a projection of national division. I meet people from the south side of Chicago to meetings like this one of every shade of melanin, multiple, from man to woman, doesn't make a difference, who are hungry for reviving unity in this country.
He and I have more in common, even though we have completely different amounts of melanin in our skin, than I do with a white liberal. Vivek and I'm going to repeat it, have more in common than I do with a white liberal when it comes to our core beliefs. And Vivek would have more in common with me than a liberal Indian, person of Indian descent. So in the end, our values are what we unite around, not the amount of melanin in our skin.
And you, with your catechism that you try to get to politicians to whatever fake headline you're going to print on the basis of this conversation tomorrow, that's what's dividing this country to a breaking point. Shame on you.
We join him in shaming the Washington Post for the division and the race fomenting they continually do.
Look people in the eye and tell them what you've actually failed to tell them for the last 5 years. Own the accountability for your own failures as the media. That's how we rebuild trust in this country. And until then, I don't have a lot of patience to play the games.
What do you expect from him?
He just shut the guy down and moved on to the next real, actual question. I really like this side of Vivek. I don't think he's being vicious. I think he's being completely honest. And I didn't know about the piano thing. I'd have led with that, Vivek. I'm Doug in Exile. Subscribe.
Leave it at that.